let me tell you about two key moments in my life. These are vivid memories. These are things I remember so very clearly in my head. One of them is when I crashed my favorite car, and the second one is when my senior football season ended my senior year. So the first one, I crashed my car on my way down to Los Angeles. I just gotten a job working on a movie. I was super excited, and a car stopped in front of me. I rear-ended him. And I was miserable. I was crying. I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. I thought I lost my car. And this is my car that my younger brother gave me. This car is one of my prized possessions. And I had no idea what was going to happen next. I was freaking out. And that takes us to my senior football season. My senior football season ended. We lost. We played a game in Wenatchee, Washington on the eastern side. It was freezing cold. They came out with no undershirts. Their bare bellies are showing their chest. They don't care. They're all shirtless. And me, I'm in three long sleeve layered shirts. I'm freezing cold. And when the season came to an end, I didn't panic. I was fine. Yeah, I knew that I was going to play football again someday. I knew I would play in college. I knew where I was going. It was all set in stone. I was fine. I wasn't worried at all. I had no panic. Now, the key to the reason why I didn't panic, why I panicked in one situation, and when I panicked when I crashed my car, I didn't panic when my senior season ended. The key was I knew what was going to happen. I didn't panic because I knew what was going to happen next. On Monday night, the Cleveland Cavaliers lost to the Golden State Warriors 118-108. And everybody panics. Everybody, all the Cavs fans, everybody in Cleveland, everybody's just like, oh, the Cavs don't have it. I'm reading headlines like, the Cleveland Cavaliers may not make it out of the East. Do the Cavs regret trading Kyrie Irving to the Celtics? The Cavs-Warriors rivalry is non-existent. The Cavs are falling apart. Why? Why are we panicking? Why is everybody freaking out? We know what's going to happen next. We know what's going to happen. We've seen this every single year. LeBron James is going to struggle in the regular season. And then when he gets to the playoffs, he's going to kick it into gear, turn it on, and dominate the East. He dominates the Eastern Conference every single year in the playoffs. Last season, he was the second seed. He was the number 2 seed in the playoffs, and he still made it. He made it look easy, too. The regular season doesn't matter. Everybody's panicking and ready to give up on the Cavaliers. It makes me sick. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make me sick. It's funny. It's comedic to me. In January last season, the Cleveland Cavaliers were 7-8. They had a losing record in January. They had a losing record in January. Monday, January 16th, 2017, last year, the Cavaliers lost to the Golden State Warriors 126-91. And then 2 years ago, on January 18th, 2016, they lost to the Warriors 132-98. And then let's go back 3 years ago. On January 9th, 2015, the Warriors lost 112-94. We have seen this before. It's hilarious to me. It's funny. We've seen the exact same cycle repeat over and over and over again. I live in Washington. Where I live in Washington, it will snow a couple times a year. And the first time it snows every single year, there's about 3 days where cars are sliding all over the place. They're slamming into each other. People are crashing. Every single year, people forget how to drive in the snow. So when the snow first hits, everybody freaks out. They don't know how to drive in the snow. And my question always is, why don't we remember how to drive from the snow last year? Don't you remember last year? Don't you remember the accident you got into last year? Why do we suddenly forget how to drive this year? Why does it change every single year? We're doing the exact same thing with the Cavs. We need to learn from the previous years. We are seeing the same cycle over and over and over again. The Cavs, this is what happens with the Cavs. The Cavs struggle in the regular season. They look bad in January, and then they turn it on in the playoffs. Every single year LeBron James has been with the Cavs, that is what has happened. Relax. Everybody needs to relax. The Cavs will be fine. LeBron James does this every single year. He's going to turn it on in the play. We know what's going to happen. Why are we forgetting? We know what's going to happen. I didn't panic when my senior football season ended because I knew I was going to play again. I knew what was going to happen next. We know what's going to happen next. We know LeBron James is going to be okay. He's going to turn it on in the NBA playoffs. We've seen it year in, year out. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers are just fine. We're seeing the same cycle repeat every single year. This is just another year and another cycle. Relax, put your pitchforks away. The sky is not falling. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be just fine.